Welcome back to the Brothers Workshop. As always, I'm Sean, and today we have here our 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, and the third brake light right here burned out. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how to replace that. It's very easy, anybody can do it. Just have to follow this video. And before we jump into it, if you guys enjoy this video, if you learned something, please hit that like button for me. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos about the 2014 to 2019 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras that we all know and love. Now let's get into it. The type of light bulb we're going to use is the 921. And we're also going to need a little socket and an extender and a hex bit. Before I forget, guys, if you need the light bulbs or any of the tools necessary to perform this job, go ahead and take a look in the description below. Everything is listed right there for you. This is pretty simple. Everything is exposed for us. No tricks to it, just undo these two, one here, and pop the cover off. Now there's a known issue with these trucks that this cover can leak, so we want to make sure we do this carefully without damaging anything. So on the back of the light, we're going to have the two little metal clips here. We want to make sure they stay intact because that's how this stays in place. Now, you guys have heard, everybody's heard the horror stories about this leaking. We want to make sure that it's clean. There's no issues with the seal, the gasket there, because if there is an issue, that's where it would be coming in from. While we have everything off here, we're going to take the time to clean it up. Make sure that we don't have anything like grease or anything in the way. Any debris that's going to mess with our seal and our gasket. A little bit of turtle wax still on there from when I waxed the truck. Okay. And in there you could feel the headliner. It's like right there. That's why those guys have those moisture issues if they ever have water get in there. So my cab lights still work. So we're not worried about these outside ones, but we are worried about the brake light. In order to get to the brake light, we're going to have to move this guy out of the way. So we have to slide it out just to get out of the way. We can disconnect it if we really want to, make it easier on us so we don't have to lean over and fuss. Now we're going to go ahead and work with it in an easier spot. All right, so I just set this down on top of my tonneau cover. I'm going to use a set of vice grips to help turn because I couldn't get my hands in there. It was pretty tight. And then we just turn it and pop the bulb out. You guys can see. Now we'll just remove the bulb and go ahead and put the new one in. As you guys can see, that bulb has seen better days. It's pretty charred in there. Get back to it. We're just gonna take this, slide the new bulb in. Plug it back in. Remember, we had to twist, so we got to put it in at an angle. Once it slides in, twist it back into place. Okay. Now instead of hooking this all up right now, we're going to just plug this in, let it hang, and check our work to make sure everything works properly. Yeah, worked. Yeah, they work. All right, everything works again. Now that we know everything works, I'm just going to wipe down the gasket here. Again, we're just doing this with water because any kind of a chemical compound could have an adverse effect on your gasket here, and we don't want this to fail because I don't really want water inside of my truck. And then we'll slide this guy right back into place there, just like that. Everything's tight, ready to be reinstalled. Okay, the round part goes on the top. Make sure you slide those clips in there, and then we just make sure it's seated properly. Now the next step here is to screw it back in. So we'll just put the screws in place, start them. Now there is a green substance on the outside, but it did not seem like it was, did not seem as if it were like silicone. So if I have any water come in, I'll make sure to put some silicone around this section here. Just going to get these started before I tighten them down. This is like a very easy, straightforward process, guys. There's not much to it. Just make sure you don't rip this out of this spot there. And once we have it tightened down, we don't want to tighten it too much. We want to make it snug. As you tighten it, it might start to seat better. But again, we don't want it to be too tight because you could end up breaking it. It is just plastic. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you were able to learn something. This is a very easy fix, one that everybody should be able to do on their own. Why pay somebody to do something you can do? And that's really the goal of this channel. We want you guys to be able to work on your trucks. They're not hard to work on as long as you know what you're doing. And, well, realistically, you have a little sense of pride when you're able to do things yourself. And you get to save a couple bucks. And for that, hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos about the 2014 to 2019 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras that we all know and love. And I'll catch you in the next one.